Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Amini Montrita. It's been a while since I posted a video. We actually had our friends visiting us from Canada and it kept me a little busy. Our friends wanted to visit New York City and on a weekend we decided to visit a few iconic and famous spots of NYC. One should never ever visit NYC in a car. Getting a parking spot is almost impossible, and even if you get one, it is extremely expensive. Additionally, one should experience NYC on foot. There is so much to see at every nook and corner. We got the tickets online, looked for a convenient train time, and reached the station. We took NJ Transit to New York, reached in no more than 30 minutes. Tickets are inexpensive and the trains are super comfortable. We reached NYC and took a connecting subway to reach Ground Zero and 9/11 Memorial. World Trade Center Oculus is one of New York's newest architectural gems. It is home to 12 subway lines, the World Trade Center Path Station, and dozens of retailers serving over 1 million people every week. The main floor bustles with commuters, shoppers, and visitors, plus weekly programs from farmers market, art exhibitions, musical performances, and retail events. The structure's white metal-clad steel ribs reach up and out in a monumental move symbolic of a hand releasing a dove. The Oculus and Transportation Hub are owned and operated by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. On September 21st, 2021, World Peace Day, the EXO World Project was launched. Through artistic design and expression, NYC utilized interactive large-scale sculpture to promote equality, unity, peace, and love. The huge blue globe next to the two giant crossed arms is one of the first pieces of public art on the site since 9/11 20 years ago. Ground Zero was the scene of one of the most shocking events in the recent history of New York City and is one of the most emotional visits to make in New York. At 8:46 a.m. on September 11, 2001, as the world knows, a Boeing 767 jet flew into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in Lower Manhattan. 18 minutes later, another plane crashed into the South Tower. Within 2 hours, both the towers had collapsed. When the planes hit the Twin Towers that day, the world watched as one of the most recognizable symbols of power and freedom fell. From the smell of the fire to the sound of the sirens, New Yorkers witnessed firsthand the events of that day. Even now, they can recall the moments of tragedy and heroism that tested and ultimately strengthened the city. A bronze zoo of endangered animals can be seen living widely at the World Trade Center. Sculptures of endangered species doing quirky human activities. Each sculpture has a corresponding QR code that will inform the public about each animal's current threats, lives, and needs when scanned. The exhibition encourages the public to become a part of the journey with endangered animals. It allows them to learn and understand why each of these species are in danger. After visiting Ground Zero, we walked across the city. NYC's amazing structural giants and halal carts are a common sighting. It was only in the 1980s that Egyptian immigrants opened up carts to supply cab drivers with quick, cheap halal food that could be eaten on the go. Since then, halal carts have dominated the streets of NYC. Halal refers to the method of slaughter used on the animals that make it okay for Muslims to eat the meat like kosher for Jews. This kind of food is one of my favorite. We also did some street shopping and headed towards our lunch destination. We had an amazing lunch at a gastropub called Broadstone. It was a modern pub in the heart of Financial District. It had innovative dishes, craft cocktails, and extensive variety of beers. The term gastropub was coined in 1991 and is the combination of the words pub and gastronomy to emphasize the food aspect of this kind of establishment. We had ordered spicy Korean wings, truffle fries, waffle and chicken, and steak. The food was so good. After having a hearty meal, we decided to explore the streets of NYC. We tried some local street foods, took a bus ride, and also witnessed amazing freestyle dancing on the street. I was so amazed by their dancing skill. What flexibility, what ease! They were performing for commuters and visitors. We stood there and watched the entire show. They were most probably crowdsource funded freelance dancers. I'm not sure though. They were amazing. The last stunt almost stopped my heart when one of the performers attempted to jump over 3 people at once. I thoroughly enjoyed the show. After enjoying the hip hop moves, we decided to walk towards 7th Avenue, that is Times Square. Anyone coming to NYC, Times Square is a must. The place is brightly lit by numerous digital billboards and advertisements, as well as businesses offering 24/7 service. One of the world's busiest pedestrian areas, it is also the hub of the Broadway theater district and a major center of the world's entertainment industry. Mostly the only people who go to Times Square are visitors, which means you won't get any authentic local experience. In my opinion, New York City itself is so cosmopolitan, it is a little difficult to get the local feel. One of the main reasons why Times Square is so popular is the sheer amount of theater along Broadway in Lincoln Center and the theater district. The area is busiest during annual festivities, especially New Year's Eve. One interesting fact about Times Square is astronauts on the International Space Station can easily see the neighborhood from the outer space. In fact, buildings here must have a minimum amount of display lighting. Unfortunately, it started raining when we reached, but we still enjoyed the entire Times Square vibe. We enjoyed some local NYC pizza and headed back home through train. It was indeed a very hectic day. Like, share and subscribe. Bye-bye.